probably know lots of common English words, but knowing individual words is not enough. If you want to be fluent in English, you also need to know many of the common idioms and informal expressions using those common words. For example, you already know the basic meaning of the word hand, right? Simple. But do you know what these idioms mean? Get out of hand, second hand, tip your hand, and hands down. You'll learn these and lots more in today's lesson. And if you want to learn more than 300 idioms in the next 30 days, come join my idioms course. It will teach you so many of the informal idiomatic expressions that native English speakers use so that you can understand English better and advance your own fluency. Click on the link under this video for more information and a free sample lesson so you can try it before you buy the course. All right, let's get started with these hand idioms. Number 1. Get out of hand. This means to get out of control. For example, my uncle's drinking problem got out of hand and eventually he became an alcoholic. Number 2, experience something firsthand. This means to experience something yourself. For example, I didn't realize how hard it was to be a parent until I experienced it firsthand. Number 3, change hands. This means for an object to be passed or sold from one owner to another. For example, this camera has changed hands several times, but it's still in good condition. Number 4, have your hands full or have got your hands full. This means to be completely busy or occupied with something. For example, Barry and Martha have 6 children and 4 dogs. They've certainly got their hands full. Number 5, try your hand at something. Means to try doing it for the first time. I've never taken a cooking class, but I'd like to try my hand at it. Number 6, at hand. This means available. It's used for objects, not people. For example, I like to have a dictionary at hand when I'm reading a book in English. Number 7, give someone a hand or lend someone a hand. This means to help somebody with something, especially a task that requires physical effort. For example, I can't carry all these books by myself. Could you give me a hand? Give someone a hand also has another meaning. When an audience claps their hands, gives applause to someone. For example, Jane is our employee of the month. Let's give her a hand. Number 8, wash your hands of something. This means to stop being responsible for or involved in something. For example, the manager washed his hands of the whole situation and told us to solve the problem ourselves. Number 9, someone's hands are tied. This means you don't have the ability to help or take action. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied. Number 10, know like the back of your hand. This means to know a place very well. For example, she lived in New York for 20 years. She knows the city like the back of her hand. Number 11, hands down. This means obviously, unquestionably, without a doubt. For example, Sarah was hands down the best skater at the competition. Number 12, a hand-me-down. That's different from hands down, which we just learned. A hand-me-down is a piece of clothing that belonged to an older brother or sister and is passed down to a younger sibling. For example, my mother never bought me new clothes. She just gave me hand-me-downs from my sister. Number 13, second hand. This means previously owned or used. For example, I save money by buying second-hand furniture. Now, if you hear or find out about something second-hand, that means you find out from another person or source and not from the original one. For example, I wasn't at the party. I only heard about it second-hand. Number 14, in good hands. This means in the care of somebody good or knowledgeable. For example, don't worry, your car is in good hands. William is an excellent mechanic. Number 15, have a hand in. This means to have a role in. For example, Janet's cousin, who is a vice president at the company, had a hand in getting her the job. Number 16, take matters into your own hands. This means to take action on a problem yourself because other people have failed to do so. For example, The city hadn't done anything about the trash in the park, so citizens took matters into their own hands and organized a day to clean it up. Number 17, tip your hand. This means to reveal a secret, especially about your own plans or opinions. For example, during the interview, the director tipped his hand about the next movie he's working on. Number 18, on one hand, on the other hand. This expression is used to compare two aspects of a situation. On one hand, my job pays well, but on the other hand, it's very stressful. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Go ahead and try writing your own sentences using some of the idioms you learned today. And don't stop here. Keep it going by joining my 300 Idioms course. Because inside the course, you can actually get teacher feedback on your sentences. It's a great way to find out if you're using the idioms correctly. You can find the Idioms course and many others at espressoenglish.net. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson.